Mamuina Aquaba at the bank Sativ Nanope. Lawyer Paul Adom Otri at the Ninsima to your concerning in Sensama. Mahama, NDC, Honorable Mahama, Ayarega, Edituda. I was to share a lot of elections, but so this time elections, dear, a traffic and swankasa. I was in the first nominee, Yankasa upon another Danko Kufado in a delay, and another Danko Kufado a Santin into a normal assassin for better mom. And you say, Namoka say, Doctor Ahadmudbamia, a ceremony. Na Asante for eternity at the same time as the northern regions of Ghana so sa eternity to say this year about 20 dear it for a being who papa it's near Sembe in summer a lawyer Paul Adom Otri edituda Medamuina as
according to him he says that in the 2020 election they should look at how many votes Akufo-Addo gathered in the northern regions, and then if you look at how many votes Akufo-Addo garnered in the northern regions, and then you consider that these votes went to Akufo-Addo as a result of his running mate, Mahamudu Bawumia. Then Ayarega is telling his audience that if Mahamudu Bawumia is now the one on the ballot, then it suggests that this is going to be very, very difficult for the NDC in the northern regions, which had been a safe bet for the NDC in many elections until 2020. Listen to Mahama Ayarega, Member of Parliament for Boko.
That this election is going to be one of the most difficult elections for us. So nobody should take things for granted. This is going to be the biggest fight of our lives. Why do I say so? The last election, we fought against Akufo-Addo, who is not from anywhere near here. Look at the margin by which we beat him in the north. This time we are facing Bawumia, who is our neighbor. So the fight that we put up in the last election, this election we need to put up double of the fight that we put up in the last election. So nobody should take this for granted.
A word to the wise, they say, is in the north. Let's get to President Mahama's photographs, and then from there I have a story to tell you about my friends in the NDC, and then we'll wrap it up. Do they have President Mahama's photograph? Okay, is this my friend? Hello. The personal assistant to President John Dramani Mahama. And recently, Joyce Bauer voted in an election, very, very recently, just less than a month ago. In Kumasi, incidentally, at the Ghana Bar Association conference, Joyce Bauer voted for Agbesi Jakwasu. In the end, when they counted the ballots, Agbesi Jakwasu lost. Now, how do I know that Joyce Bauer voted for Agbesi? Was I standing there? Did she tell me? Oh, but I know. Because you see, this Bar Association election was drawn in the middle on political lines. Agbesi Jakwasu is my friend. I know him very, very well. I mean, back in the days in Legon, he was in Sabah Hall, and we will go to, he was our lawyer of sorts, you know, so those days, student lawyer. So when you're a students and you have an agitation, you have to find a lawyer. Agbesi was ready to represent any form of students' agitation. He was very, very political even then. Very good guy. So we'll go to Agbesi's room, and I was telling somebody today that the number of times we sat with Agbesi and we're plotting against Professor Adai Mensah. You know, these days when I see Adai Mensah at public functions, I don't know whether I should hide or... I mean, the kinds of things we did against Professor Adai Mensah. We wanted the university to remove him as vice chancellor and bring back Professor Bene or something like that. We don't like Adai Mensah. We were fighting Adai Mensah. Agbesi was our lawyer. So when we leave Commonwealth, then we go to Sabah where he was. He will sit down and we file this application to the SRC. We file this application. We file that application. That's what we're doing. Agbesi Jakwasu, he was our lawyer. Now, Agbesi's best friend, one of his best friends, is Yabuafo's younger brother, who is now at the Court of Appeal. Yabuafo was the exiting president of the bar. I'll tell you more about that later, but let me have Joyce Bauer again. So, Joyce Bauer voted for Agbesi Jakwasu. Agbesi Jakwasu lost the Bar Association election. Some people who don't like Joyce Bauer are saying that the way Joyce Bauer voted for Agbesi and Agbesi lost, whoever that Joyce Bauer will vote for in December 7th may also lose. But I don't know. Me, I don't know. But listen, viewers, listen. Joyce Bauer is spokesperson for President John Dramani Mahama. She's a lawyer. She went to the bar conference and she voted for Agbesi Jakwasu. She did. when they counted the ballots, Agbesi Jakwasu had lost. Now, the bar conference contest was politically divided because, fortunately or unfortunately, whichever one fits, both candidates were heavily politically exposed. Mrs. Gate is a bona fide NPP member by reason of her own background and by reason of her husband Joe Gate, former Minister for Railway and former Attorney General and former Deputy Speaker of Parliament and currently the Chairman of the Ghana Revenue Authority. So if Gate is politically exposed on the side of the NPP, Agbesi Jakwasu is a bona fide member of the NDC legal caucus team. Agbesi Jakwasu is there. So fortunately or unfortunately, this bar conference election was drawn in political lines. If Gate NPP, Agbesi Jakwasu NDC, clearly. Remember many years ago, President Akufo-Addo refused to contest for the presidency of the National Bar, even though everybody knew he was going to win, because he felt that he was too politically exposed. He was a member of parliament for the NPP and all that, and he felt that he's too politically exposed to present himself as leader of the bar, so he will step back and let other people who are not that exposed, like Nutifa Fakunye here and others, to become the president of the bar. Glory to Akufo-Addo. He's a good man. But now, that hurdle has fallen off. And so in the last by-election, both candidates were heavily politically exposed. Now, Joyce Bauer voted for Agbesi, and they are saying that whoever Joyce Bauer will vote for on 7th December will lose again, like Agbesi did. I don't know. I don't know how people are able to make these kinds of how they joined. I don't understand. But whatever it is, good evening to Joyce Bauer. Please, did you vote for Agbesi Jakwasu? Yes, you did. Please, who are you going to vote for on 7th December? The challenge contest is between your boss, John Dramani Mahama, former president, and Muhammadu Bawumia, the vice president. They are saying that because you voted for Agbesi and he lost, that if you don't take care, whoever you vote for will also or may also lose. So would you now vote for another candidate so that he may lose? I don't know, viewers. I don't know. They didn't put Omani Boama's photograph. They should put that. Let me greet Omani Boama. Dr. Omani Boama is the Director of Communications. Good evening. How are you doing, Doc? Has the Electoral Commission solved your problems? Dr. Bosman Asari says you have not provided any evidence of the things you are talking about. They've been waiting for it. It hasn't come. Please, how was the IPAC meeting today? Did you attend? All right. We'll get more information from the IPAC. But I'd like to say something in conclusion to the Bar Association event by talking about Yabuafo. Good evening, President John Dramani Mahama. I know exactly where this photograph was taken. I know where President Mahama took this photograph from. Good evening, sir. Hopefully the campaign is going well, isn't it? All right. We are a few days now to the election. So good luck, okay? Good luck. All right. So Agbesi is friends with Yabuafo's brother. He's a Court of Appeal judge. Now I have to say something about Yabuafo, the outgone president of the Ghana Bar Association. Now his father is SK Boafo, you know. Maybe they'll get Yabuafo's photograph for me if they can. Yabuafo's father is SK Boafo. Now I have a very personal relationship with SK Boafo. In the early 2000s, when I was working as a communications officer for Asante Kotoko Football Club, he was the regional minister in Ashanti. And in those days, Kotoko were participating in about 3 or 4 competitions. So every 2 weeks, we are at the Kumasi Stadium. Either we are playing the league, or we are playing the African Cup, or we are playing the FA Cup. Now, when I was in Kumasi and Kotoko were playing, SK Boafo is a staunch Kotoko fan. He always come to the stadium. So Sunday lunch was always in his house at the residency. And then from there, we all go to the stadium. So I spent many